Yeah. So now I was explaining left join. So now left join, when you have left join to join two tables, so it will consider the first table, consider all the rows in the first table over the second one. So now if look at this diagram. So this is representation of left join. So this is the first table, infantry. So this is the second table, says. So it will move all the records in the second table. It will move it to the left, to the first table. So that is how left join works. So now let's look at it. Okay, let's go to the local host to demonstrate how left join works. Okay, yeah. Now we have three tables here. So this is another one, sales records. Okay, so I want to join my records with sales records. Okay, so to do that, so you click on SQL to select asterisk from sales record, sales. Okay, my records. Select asterisk from my records. Okay. Left join. Left join says record updated on my records dot id equals to says records updated dot id. Okay. So when you have this, it will move all the records we have in sales records updated to my records. So let's check. So this we if you look at this, so it look like that of inner join. You know what inner join does is that it will look for the common values in both tables. If you know we use ID for to join the tables. So now the first table is my record, which is the left table, while the second table is sales records updated. So and sales record updated contain about 8 records. Are you getting that? But since left join normally give left table priority over the second table, so we are going to get the number of rows that the first table has. So now if we change the code, let's see. So let's copy this, or we can just say show query. You can click on show query. So if you change this my records, so if you interchange it, you know, my records, you change it to says records underscore updated, and this one is what my records. That is, you interchange the table. So you put the one at the left hand side before you put it at the right hand side. So the one that are at the right hand side before, we put that left hand side. So you know, sales records updated was at right hand side before, so we put it here at left hand side. So you know, it what we are using as left and right is that, so the table that that is left hand side of the query, of the left join query. That is the table that is at the left hand side. So the table that at the right side of the left join, that is the table that is at right hand side. So that is the right table. So so the left table now is sales records updated, while the right table is the my records. So if you click on go, can you see the output we have? So because our sales records underscore updated contain 8 rows, so it's going to display 8 rows. It's going to consider the number of rows in the left table. So whether the second table contain is up to 8 or not, so it will consider the left table, the number of rows in the left table. So what is going to do now is it will just add null empty to the row for the second table in order to make it complete with the first table. So this is our first table, category product name amount. So all this, so from 1 to 8, the first table contains 8 rows, while the second table contains 3 rows. So where the second table has ID of 1, 2, 5. There is nothing like 3, 4. So where there's no 3 and 4, so it's going to be what? It's going to use null to represent them. So the same thing with 6, 7, 8. So that is how left join works. So it gives left table priority over what? Over the second table. So that is how to use left join. Okay. So the second join is right join. Right join. So if you want to use right join, what you just need to do is to change this left to right. So when you change this, sales select asterisk from sales records underscore updated. So right join is the opposite of left join. So that means if we have this, it's going to consider rows in the right table, which is my records. So we are going to get 3 rows as our result. So when you click go, can you see now? So because the second table, the one at the right hand side is what is contain just 3 rows, and it will give right table priority over the left table. So that is how right join works. So if you interchange it, if you put this at the left hand side, so the one that contains just 3 rows, if you put it here and you remove the second table and you put it here, okay, so you interchange it, so it will now give the one at the right hand side, it will give it priority over the first one, and this one is the one at the right hand side contain 8 rows. So that means we get 8 rows as the output. Can you see that? So that is how left join and right join works. Okay. So the next one is self join. Self join. So we use self join to join a table to itself. So if you have a table, so you can use self join to join it to itself. Okay, inner join. Okay, can you see? So this diagram show all the join we have. So this is left join. The first one is left join. Okay, this is also left join. So this is inner join. Okay, while this and this at the right hand side, they are right join. So then we have a full outer join. So when you use a union, so full outer join fetch all the records from both table. Okay, so that is a full outer join. So but before we use that, we have in left self join. So let's use self join. So let's check how self join works. So go to SQL. Okay. So let's say we want to join my records. So if you want to join it, so you have select ID. You say select a.id, comma a dot surname. Okay. Comma a dot okay, let's say a dot age. So if you have this, then you now have b dot surname. Okay, comma b dot age. So from my records a, comma my records b. Okay, where a dot age less than b dot age. Okay, so if we have this, so this is an example of self join. You know, you are fetching your records from one table, but you are representing the table as if you are fetching from two tables. So can you see my records A, my records B? So this is the same table, but you just represent, you use A to represent to represent it as the first table. Then you have this my records B. So this one will be the second table. So if now have A dot ID, A dot surname, A dot age, so it will see all this one as the columns for the first table, and see this as the columns for the second table, but you are still using the same table. Okay, so now if you click on go, okay, look at this. We have ID, surname, age, surname, then age. So it fetch this Henry 23, surname 30. So let's check this table. So what we have Henry Shola and Adesola surname, but for the age we have 23, 30, and 25. So the way self-join works is that it's going to pick the first row as the record for the table A, and the second row will be the first row for the table B. So now, if you now look at the query, so the query says that it should fetch the record based on this condition. So where age, which is the first row in table A, if it is less than first row in table B, and your first row in table B will be the second row in that table. So first row in table A, so the first row in table A will be the first row in the table. While the second, why the first row in table B will be what? Will be the second row in the table. So now we want to compare this. So 23 and 30. So 23 is less than 30, right? So which means it's going to show row A, first table A first, followed by table B. So that is reason we have Henry 23, then Solar. Okay. So now the second table, the second row will be the row, first row in table A now, and the third row will be what? First row in table B. So it will compare this. Is 30 less than 25? No, right? So which means it's going to print Adesola. Okay, so you're going to consider Adesola the third row over the second one. So that is why we have Adesola here, and then we now have Solar. Okay. Normally what we're supposed to have is Solar, but because of the condition, so the condition is that it should consider anyone that is lesser. If the age is lesser, so you should consider it as what? As row A, as the row in that table A. So that is why we have Adesola here before Solar. Then if you look at the last one, then we have Adesola and Henry. So 25 and 23. So which one is lesser? So 23 is lesser. So it's going to pick Henry over Adesola. So that's the reason we have Henry here. Then we now have Adesola here. I don't know if you got it.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Is it clear?
It's clear. It's clear. It's okay. I get it.
So that is how self-join works. Okay. So we also have full join. But full join, MySQL doesn't support full join. What you can use is to use union. So you can use union to join the two joins when you have left and right. So you can join left and right together to get the full records. So let's see. Let's see how full join works, but we are going to use a union. Okay. So select asterisk from my records. Okay. So you can see left join says record underscore updated on my records dot id. Okay, equals to says records dot id. Okay, so this is left join. Okay, so you can now say union can say union all, then select asterisk from my records again. My records, right join. Says records updated on my records dot id equals to says records dot id. Okay. So when you have this, so it's going to combine the result of left join and the result of right join. It will combine both together, so to have a full join. Okay. So when you click on go, okay. Let's remove this. So this is union join. That is a full join. So using union all query. So this is the query. Select asterisk from my records, left join, says records updated on my records.id equals says records underscore updated.id. Then you now use this union all. So to join the result of left join and the result of right join. So to join them together to have full join. Because if you look at the diagram, so this is full join. And if you look at this, left join and right join. So when you combine this and this together, so you will get a full join. So we have left join, union all, right join. So when you remove B from left join and you remove A from right join, so if you now combine the red one, the red diagram of A and the red diagram of join them together, so you get your full join. Is that not? So that is how to use full join. Okay. So it is the same thing as union. Okay. Can you see? So union hall. So union hall will give you a full join. Okay. But if you use intersect will give you inner join. Can you see that? Intersect. So this is the example of intersect. Okay. So can you see the same thing? We have accept. So you can accept table 2 from table 1 to have this. So that is that on join. So you can also read over the note. I've shared the note with you, so you can read over it. So if you have any question regarding SQL join or any other commands in SQL, so let me know. So I will respond to that. So we are going to stop the class for today. So if you have any question regarding that, okay, you can ask before we end the class.
Thank you, sir. I'm very grateful, sir. Currently, I do not have questions, but I want to list up my questions because I'm not able to install this sound. That's why there's some things that I need to try to begin to ask some questions. But before I get this explanation, so by Google, I will try and install the example.
Okay, try to download the exam to install it. Then all the past examples that we have done, all the other classes, try to practice it on it. So, and the one we did today. So if you have any question or you have any challenges, so you can let me know. So I will attend to you. Thank you so much.
But one particular one, sir. Hello, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, I'm
Yes,
with you.
there's this during the time that we are doing exam. So I have one particular